Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the chapter number 5 from the subject Discrete Event System Simulation. The chapter number 5 is explaining about statistical models in simulation. So, at the brief, let us understand the introduction about this chapter. Whenever a model builder builds a model for real world phenomena, he is going to see few situations where the actions of entities within the systems are going to be under study, which can be predicted completely. Where the world which he is going to see is probabilistic world rather than deterministic, where he is going to see the different variations related with respect to the task completion in the world. And now, what are the different details happening in that thing are not going to be taken into consideration. He is going to be seeing, or he is going to consider only those tasks which can be completed having some delay. Now, what are the reasons the delay, or what are the things the entities are going to do during the delay, that is not going to be considered during the model building. In this chapter, there are 4 sections, where first section is going to be basically reviewing all the details related with respect to the terminologies which are going to be used in the probability concepts, and the typical applications related to the statistical models or distribution forms are going to be discussed in section 5.1. With the second section is going to be discussing about the number of selected discrete and continuous distributions, which are the different forms of distributions are going to be discussed in second section. And the third and fourth sections are going to be explaining about the selected distributions are those that describe a variety of probabilistic events and further appears in different contexts in other chapters. Let us see the first section. In the first section, we are going to be basically considering both the types of random variables, where random variables are the essential informations which are going to be actually showing the real world's tasks accomplishment in the simulation model in an unbiased way. There are 2 types of random variables. One is the discrete random variable, and second is continuous random variable. Where discrete random variables, let x be a random variable if the number of possible values of x is finite. When I say x is finite, I can say that the number of possible values of x can be countable. Then x is going to be called as discrete random variable. The possible values of x may be any different values which can be countable in nature. In the finite case, the list terminates, which is going to be having a possible number of values, whereas in a countably infinite case, the list continues indefinitely. List continues indefinitely, where the numbers are going to be present, which can be counted but not at the same time, which is going to be continuously continuing indefinitely. For example, the number of jobs arriving each week at a job shop is observed as the number of possible values, where the random variable of interest will be x, and x will be explaining about the number of jobs arriving each week. The possible values of x are going to be denoted by rx, where rx can be either 0, 1, 2, or so. It's going to be a set of those possible values which are going to be present in the range space of x. Let x be the discrete random variable with each possible outcome xi in the range space Rx, a number that is going to be representing p of xi will be the probability of that random variable value to be xi. The number pxi I will be the rank of that random number must satisfy the following two conditions, where probability, as we have already know that as we already know that probability value is going to be in between 0 and 1, where probability of the xi will be greater than 0 for all the numbers which are there in the range space of x, and the cumulative of all the probabilities will be equals to 1. The cumulative of all the probabilities are going to be equals to 1. So these two conditions every random value should satisfy, where the probability of each number is going to be greater than or equals to 0, and the cumulative of all the possible outcomes probability is going to be 1. The collection of these pairs, that is going to be the possible value and the probability, the collection of the possible value xi and the probability of that value xi will be considered as probability distribution of x. It's going to be considered as probability distribution of x, and the p of xi will be from now onwards considered as probability mass function, which is acronymed as PMF of the range space x. P of xi will be considered as the probability mass function PMF of range space x. Consider the example of a single die getting tossed, where the experiment is going to say that whenever we are tossing a single die, there is the probability of getting any face on top, where we know that every die will be in a format of a cube. So it has 6 faces. So any particular face can come on top, and the probability of the number to come on top will be equal. Therefore, the probability will be basically considered as the possible outcome divided by the number of faces. It can be considered as the probability will be considered as the number of possible outcomes of that face divided by total number of outcomes. So it's going to be 1 by 6 basically with respect to each face. So defining the x as the number of spots on the top face of the die after a toss, where the range space Rx is going to be either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So 6 faces are there. So you can get the random value as either 1 to 6. So it is finite again. So it is discrete random value space, assuming that die is loaded so that the probability that a given face lands up in a proportional to the number of spots showing. So यहाँ पर we are going to consider that the assumption of proportion of getting the random value is going to be related with respect to the number of spots showing. So the discrete probability distribution for these random experiment is going to be in this way, where we are having xi, which is going to be the different possible values of range space x is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So xi, different xi's are these, and the probability mass function, that is p of xi, will be related to the spotted face divided by total number of spaces. So here we have considered the summation of all the faces, all the possible values is considered as a denominator, and on top in the numerator we are considering that possible value to be present. Therefore, x of I for 1 is x of I is 1. Therefore, p of xi is going to be 1 by 21. And 2 is going to be 2 by 21. 3 will be 3 by 21. 4 by 21, and 5 by 21, and 6 by 21 for respective xi values. And when we are calculating these things, each fraction is going to give me the value which is greater than 0. And when we do the cumulative of all these values, it's going to be equals to 1. So these are the things explaining the basics about PMF, that is probability mass function. In next video, we are going to understand different concepts related to the probability concepts, which is going to be related to the continuous random variables. Thank you.